Hello, and welcome to another Level Design Hall of Fame. Back again is I, Jared Russo, gaming editor for GeekBinge.com, and I think you will see a trend if you watch these videos. I keep picking my favorite games of all time. Like, I think every single game I've picked is one of my all-time favorites, and that is no coincidence because they all have great level design. Paper Mario, and subsequently Paper Mario 2, but I'll probably do one of those levels at another date. Favorite RPG ever, like hands down. Like I really cannot play other RPGs because they are just not as funny. They are not as interesting. They're not as clever. They're not as idiosyncratic as Paper Mario, and it's really tough for me to play Japanese RPGs or turn-based stuff. I can play Western RPGs because they're quite different, but I am absolutely in love with all the Paper Mario games. And right now we are looking at Chapter 7. I don't remember the name of Chapter 7. It's like an ice castle. And what you are watching is awesome, awesome, awesome level design. Obviously, because I inducted it into the Hall of Fame. This particular Ice Palace is just patented classic Nintendo trolling at its best, which is really, really complex puzzles, and just it's really just there to trick you and make you think outside the box and to confuse you. And everything in this place is just tomfoolery at its best. There's a lot of levels in this game that I really love. There's a train mystery, and in the second Paper Mario, there's like a whole wrestling soap opera thing. That's fantastic. There's just tons of stuff, but this level in particular I really like because I like watching speedrunners do this game, and when they do this game, they have to really slow it down when it gets to this part, because this part is it's really interesting. As you can tell, basically every room that Mario and his companions go into, thank God they skipped that fight. They go into is just like it's just visually interesting because like there's this whole double mirror thing to all the puzzles where they'll put things in the foreground, they'll put things in the background, and they'll purposely kind of just screw with you. And you really gotta think of what to do. Now, when I played this game as a child, it was challenging enough that I was actually enjoying figuring out all the craziness, like what you're seeing right now with Luigi and a Goomba, and that was nuts. Um, but not so frustrating that you compare it to a Dark Souls, in which I'm a pansy. I can't play Dark Souls. I just can't do it. But there's just a lot of really awesome puzzles. I think towards the end of the video you'll see an interesting, elaborate statue puzzle that is pretty great. And I just think that Nintendo they are masters of platforming, and they are masters at puzzles. I would really love to do a Zelda dungeon sometime in the future because Zelda dungeons are some of the best you will ever encounter, and I love the fact that Link Between Worlds is literally just nothing but like dungeons. Apparently, that's what I've been told. It's just awesome dungeons. You can just do them whatever order you want. But part of the magic of those games is like getting lost in them and finding the maps and this Ice Palace, to a much lesser degree, to a much lesser extent, is that with a lot more humor and playfulness. But at the same time, it doesn't screw around. It is not here to hold your hand. It will give you some hints here and there, like Mario in the back kicking that shell. But for the most part, there's a lot of levels in this game that is really intriguing, really really fascinating from just the standpoint of giving you something that you haven't really done or seen before. Like there's one I was actually going to do this level, but I decided not to at the very last second, in which you are in Twilight Town, and you think you've beaten the chapter, and it's really short. And you're like, wow, I beat the chapter. That was really easy. And then you fight this ghost dude named Dupless. I mean, you don't know his name, but like you fight him, and then you turn into Shadow Mario, and you have to do the whole level over again, being Shadow Mario, and nobody and Dupless has taken the form of real Mario, and that is just one of the absolute greatest things I've ever played in my life. But that was more of a storytelling and a character a design. It wasn't necessarily the level itself. It's pretty barren. So I decided to go with this, which was way more interesting. Look at that. That's pretty great right there. I want more games to do stuff like that. There you go. There's the bridge. There you go, Mario. Um, and yeah, the Paper Mario series, I guess excluding Super Paper Mario, which isn't an RPG. It's like a weird action platformer kind of thing. But even that game had some really good levels too. That game had some really great levels. I might have to do one of those soon. There was one level where you had to like write down like a series of numbers on like a sheet of paper. Like you had to go and run around your house and find like a pen and paper and like write things down. It was really interesting. Um, but yeah, the Paper Mario series in general is it's really fun exploration. It's really fun to explore the worlds. It's really fun to go around. Chapter 4 is a toy box where you're in like a Shy Guy toy box, and it's like a train that like brings you around like to four section or three sections of the map, and there are these different Shy Guys around and stuff. That was a really really fun level. Um, and obviously the combat and the RPG elements, the upgrading and the meeting people and talking to them, doing side quests and things like that. That's really the meat and potatoes. But the conceit of this game is everything is flat and everything is more or less 2D, and there's a little bit of leeway in where you can go. But it really relies on the level design to make this game interesting. And obviously, the writers of this game are absolutely hilarious. I don't know who does it, but thank God for them existing, because they make this game shine. They put you in really, really interesting sections of the Mushroom Kingdom, and they really kind of bring out these great characters. But for the most part, it is really great level design. Like there's a desert, I think it's called Dry Desert. I might be getting this wrong. I haven't played this game in years. Because for some reason the Virtual Console, haha, I can't buy games on whatever console you own. It's locked on the Wii. That's great. Um, but there's a desert in which you have to like kind of like wander around and like find an oasis, and it's near like a town. And then there's like a forest that you're going through, and you're not quite sure like where you are and stuff. And it's just they always really try to mix it up, bringing you to like a volcano, and obviously the Bowser Castle stuff is all great. Um, I even somewhat enjoyed the Peach sections. I mean, that doesn't really count for level design because she's just kind of locked in one room and just talks to people for like 10 minutes. But I like baking that cake. Baking that cake was fun. I'm not afraid to admit it. That was pretty great. Um, but yeah, hopefully coming up soon is that giant statue reminds me of the puzzle that he's gonna come up on. And God, I just really 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 like this ice palace. I don't know what to call it. Just because of how interesting the layout is, how interesting the design is of where the puzzles. There it is. Here's the thing I was talking about. Where everything is placed and the whole dual-sided nature to it, which I guess Nintendo ended up doing a lot of those. Metroid Prime 2 was dual-sided. I guess Twilight Princess was kind of that whole light dark thing. They like doing that. But yeah, look at them taunting you, Mario, doing these puzzles. These stupid dinosaur-looking things. Nintendo, can you sort out what's a dinosaur and what's not? Is Yoshi a dinosaur? Is Bowser a dinosaur? Why aren't they similar? What is Birdo? Is Birdo a man or a woman? I'd like some explanation on that. But anyways, I love Paper Mario. I love Paper Mario Thousand Year Door. Uh, I don't wanna retread ground and keep doing the same games over and over again. But God, I fucking love this game. So that is me. I'm Jared Russo, gaming editor for Geek Binge. This has been Paper Mario, and you can go to geekbinge.com and check out all of our awesome content, including our gaming podcast, which I would love for you to at least listen to. We had an episode recently about fixing Nintendo. Well, I don't know when this is going on, but it probably could have been months ago for all I know if you're watching this. But we have an episode about how Nintendo needs to be fixed, and I really think they should bring a Paper Mario game to Wii U. I'd buy that. I'd buy that in a heartbeat. You kidding me? Yeah, and what else am I supposed to plug? I'm on Twitter at Jared Russo. And that is about it. I will leave you to watch this menu footage. So I will see you guys when I see you, and thanks for watching.